Grade 5. Textbook of General Science. Chapter 1. Classification of living organisms. Based on Single National Curriculum 2020. Who is biologists? A biologist is a scientist who conducts research in biology. Biologists are interested in studying life on Earth.
From the smallest microorganism to the giant blue whale, every living thing is of interest to biologists who study the basic principles of plant and animal life. Biologists use the scientific method, testing their ideas or hypotheses through experimentation, to investigate questions about the origin of life, its development, and the relationships between living things, as well as a creature's anatomy and how it functions in its environment. Whether they're working in a lab, out in the field, or at a university, biologists collect and analyze biological data, although the specifics of their research are as...
What is a group? A number of people or things or animal that are located, gathered, or classed together. For example, group of people, group of dogs. What is classification? Putting organisms into separate groups on the basis of similarities and differences is called classification. Now I discuss characteristics of life. I have begun my biology class in much the same way, with the question: how do you know if something is alive? Now this may seem like a straightforward question, but based on student responses, it isn't nearly that easy to answer. Students often tell me that something is alive if it moves, or breathes, or thinks. Well, these responses are largely all wrong. However, despite the disappointment shown on aspiring students' faces when they realize they can't yet distinguish between living and non-living, there is hope. Biologists have developed a list of 8 characteristics shared by all living organisms. Biologists use classification to organize living things into groups so that the organisms are easier to study. We can identify and study the organisms on the basis of their structure and other characteristics. Levels of classification of living things. Organisms are grouped by their shared characteristics. Invented by Linnaeus, a Swedish plant scientist. A group of division forms kingdom. It is the largest group of living organism. The current groupings of organisms from largest to smallest are kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. According to Grade 5 textbook, we will study only the largest group known as kingdom. Dear students, our next topic is 5 Kingdom System. Kingdom. It is the largest group of living organism. In kingdom, organisms grouping is based on several factors. Presence of a nucleus, unicellular or multicellular. How organisms get their food. 5. Different kingdoms of organisms are generally recognized by scientists today. 5. Different kingdoms of organisms are Munera Kingdom, Protista Kingdom, Fungi Kingdom, Plants Kingdom, Animal Kingdom.